I'm missing it. Oh, there we go.
What's going on, good people?
Ain't nothing. What's going on?
Where are the girls at?
Yeah.
Where the girls at? I know
they're consoling Stacey Abrams.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough.
That's it.
She ain't do her best, but we ain't there yet. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I tell you, we got a lively show today. We got Jesus back with us to give us some commentary and his thoughts tonight. I know Charlie will be here in a few minutes. That'll give 6 guys. We got 3 or 4 women coming. Ebony was on here a minute ago where she had a bad connection. We got Sandra, Carrie, and Tiffany supposed to be here. That'll give us 10 with Mr. Brown. So we'll have y'all keep your comments as to the point as you can, and because we got a lot to cover. We talking all politics today. It's the day after. And
the morning after the morning.
We want to know what happened. People can't jump on here and say that we don't know what we're talking about because we saw it and we told you what was going to happen beforehand. It ain't no secret. We Nostradamus on this show here. We knew what was going to happen, and because we saw it. We saw the lackluster output that was being done by the Abrams campaign. We saw all these things, and I know people are gonna say no, they just had a turnout. We just had a worse turnout, and so we're gonna get into it because we got a whole lot to cover. Anybody ain't here, just ain't here. Anybody out there in the world that want to call in? Want to tell us what? Hey, Chris, what's going on? Want to call and just comment.
My
How's
boy.
everything in Atlanta, Bernard?
What it say, bro?
How's everything in Atlanta?
Hey, everything good. Let me tell y'all what happened. Then we can go on. Y'all know I went back coaching, right?
Yeah.
So I had my first game last night. In my last game.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I tried. And Jesus, y'all, I tried, man, and we beat them 59-19, but it just wasn't there. I when I left that parking lot, I was done.
It's not fun
anymore. Fire gone. The fire is gone.
Help him. How Robert said, help him, Lord.
Yeah, hey, the fire is gone, man.
Thanks to Jesus.
Thanks to Jesus.
So don't they need you? So what you gonna do? Don't they need you?
Man, only thing I didn't do, I didn't sign that contract, so that was good.
Let me do my job, Julius Hall. She got that new dude.
Oh, we got
money serious.
I'm sorry, I'm like y'all, but I cooked. So I had to eat.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Baby gotta eat.
As a Jesus. As a blessing. How you doing?
You sound like one of Jesus' people.
And you, Jamal. Oh, Jamal eating. Look at him with his hand in front of his face.
That's okay. That's okay.
Anyway, we got a few more people coming. But we're gonna get into what we gotta get into so we can get right into it. We got 5 or 6 subjects here that we gotta cover today, and they're all gonna be interesting. And I know all y'all got a opinion about everything, but just so everybody can know. Oh Lord, my bad. Just so everybody can know. This show, we keep it real. We told you what was going to happen in the Abrams race. We told you what was going to happen. We saw it. We knew it. It was no motivation. There was no spunk. It wasn't no get up and go. It wasn't no grab. It wasn't nothing.
To sum it up, it was a terrible, boring campaign.
It was very boring. She came to town every time doing what? Preaching to the same people. So we're going to get into election results right now. Welcome, Carrie, CJ Smith. We're glad to have you here for your opinion also, because we know that you were out there on the front lines like everybody else, and you saw what was happening. We got Mr. Brown and a couple of more coming. Should be 10 of us total tonight, or 9. Anyway, here we go. Election results. Governor of Georgia. Why did Stacey lose? Who want to take it first?
Can I start? Can I please? Oh Lord, we got it. No. So here's the thing, and when I say this, I want to give this context. I am using my campaign, and Carrie and Julius, you know about this, in 2020 for the Public Service Commission as my litmus test. Okay, I'm going to use that because it was a statewide race, very equal to a governorship race, and we only lost by 3% and didn't come. I don't think we had 5% of the funding that Stacey had. But here's the problem. She ran a weak, sorry campaign. The DPG needs to quit being so sorry and weak as well. We got to stop being scared of these Republicans and be and punch back. And number 4, stop pandering to elites like this mayor and think they're going to get you somewhere, because guess what, baby? I got more juice than him. So y'all got to tighten it up. That's all it is.
That's correct. Next.
Yeah. Kim. She like Rob said, she didn't do what she needed to do. She didn't. I don't think she put her effort in there. She went and reached out to the wrong folks, and that's what happened. I don't think Kemp did so much to win. I mean, she did so much to lose. To be honest, he really didn't have to do nothing. She helped him win, and that's my opinion.
I agree. I mean, you saw her more on Good Morning America than WJC. you understand? Yeah. It's like she didn't reach out, talk to no one. Matter of fact, everywhere you saw Warnock signs everywhere. All you heard about was the Warnock, to the point to where LeBron James calling from LA. I thought he done traded to Atlanta because he's like, hey, Warnock, hey, way to go. Yeah. I'm like, dude, where's Abrams? What is she standing on? What is she? Georgia been blessed with good weather this year. I mean, for the last couple of seasons, we've been blessed with good weather. That helped Kemp out also. You know what I'm saying? That Hyundai plant that they putting in downtown, in Savannah, that helped out Kemp. These Kemp cards, the federal funding that he renamed after him to remind y'all, like, hey, I'm pushing it under, and the timing of it, all of that stood against it.
What exactly was the Kemp card? I mean, for those people that don't know, so everybody didn't get a Kemp card. Who got the Kemp card? And you said he sent this card out to voters or some potential voters right before the election with federal money that he redirected and gave to low-income people.
Exactly, to low-income people, women in the project. If you qualify for EBT or Section 8, basically you qualify for this Kemp card. Yeah. And basically it was already federally funded money that was already like, hey, allocated to them. But it's like, okay, since I'm the governor and responsible for giving it to them, hey, I'm gonna, dish it out under Kemp. The virtual card came out at the same time when early voting started, right? So people were sitting, waiting at home, waiting for, when is my money going to drop? When is my money going to drop? When is my money going to drop? So people were getting pieces of their money back and forth, getting pieces of their money, And then all of a sudden, guess what? The card came out and everybody got their card dropped yesterday. And it's like, who want to stand in line when I could be out here shopping?
So, yeah. I think one of the biggest issues that we had is that both Warnock and Stacey took small engagements and replaced those with focusing on leaders and religious leaders as well, and not really getting to the local the local people, the local voters in bigger settings. And I think that was a misstep. And I think the second thing was a lot of dollars, and Julius and I talked earlier that a lot of dollars were spent on advertising, but those individuals that were leading them on their messaging really did a lot of negative campaigning, and it didn't serve them to reach out to independent voters that probably got really tired of the negative messaging. It was played out.
Okay.
I feel like because Georgia has always been a Confederate state, what in our right minds would have made us, and I'm pro Stacey, like canvassed, drove to see her, all of it. I want to speak to where someone said that she ran a weak campaign, that she didn't really reach people as she should. And I can say from running a campaign, you can't knock on every door. And then not to mention that she ran a campaign 4 years ago that was radical, that knocked on every door, and it still didn't serve the purpose. I just don't think Georgia is ready for an African-American woman to lead it. Not only are white men intimidated, white women and black men are also intimidated by a strong black woman. So the fact that Warnock had as many votes as he did and Stacey didn't, so we had people that voted for Warnock but didn't vote for Stacey.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would rather have someone in the Senate doing what they're supposed to do, but a black woman is not gonna govern us. Well, I'm gonna say it for you, eyes of Jesus.
I beg to differ.
I forgot about it. When Jesus, you're done. Bless me with a few minutes.
Little bit, and also to your point about the Kemp books, I can see that being a strategy to pour into the poor neighborhoods. Yeah, I could be out shopping with my $3.50 opposed to going and vote, because it plays to a negative stereotype on the black person than it does the person who's issuing the card. End of,
Now, this is okay.
Hold on, Mr. Brown.
Hold on.
Oh, my bad. Oh.
Yeah, you got to let everybody go first. Y'all have been stepping on each other's toes too much. Issa, Jesus. Then after everybody finished, then you can get back in. Mr. Brother Jesus.
Not with that Jenkins shirt on.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I'll throw some things out. I think that everyone is pretty much correct. And one of the things that they did not, and we had shared early on, that they were not invigorating the people to get out to vote. They were not connecting. It was not essentially that grassroots campaign that was there before, that the fervor was there, and that it cuts across line. It cut across all demographics pretty much with regards to, and I'm talking age demographics, young, middle, and elders. So they didn't do that. I think that to the Democratic Party of Georgia and the National Democratic Party, they did not listen to local people. They didn't come to people like a Julius Hall. And again, they focused on the wrong people to guide them in various parts of the state of Georgia. So that's one element. They didn't do that. Then I've gone through another part that comes into play. Race still matters. Race still matters. That Caucasian males and Caucasian females, some of them did not go and vote with regards to what was in their best interest. They went along with Brian Kemp based on race. Whereas I tell folks, we've always had to deal with issues of voting for not people who did not look like us. But now for Caucasians, this is something that's still glaring. And then also now you magnify being an African woman, as they said, becomes problematic. And then they can siphon off a few of us who will go along with it because we're guided by them. And so, but race is still real. We can try to ignore it all we want. And so, and some of us pander to it and try to play up to it. So I'm telling folks, I say, if you are black, deal with the issues that pertain to black people, because guess what? Those issues pertain to all people. But you need to be strong enough and willing to do that, as opposed to let other people advise you. And so again, they failed on the local end. They did not touch the local people. And then again, race comes into play. And so again, we're going to see that happen with regards to the Warnock campaign and this runoff also. So, because again, other outsiders are telling them what to do.
Well, my thing is, was she too Hollywood? Was she? I mean, you're trying to reach everybody in the state of Georgia, but you're everywhere all over across the country, speaking and doing things, and on every show. When Tiffany, I disagree with you about knocking on those doors. She didn't knock on too many the first time. We knocked on them. It was her that motivated all of us to get out and do it. But this time, she didn't knock on no doors. She was too busy. And we can talk about our brother after a while, who all the thing he ever do is step off a bus. We'll get to him after a while.
But all she had to do was do what she did the first time. That's it. Yeah. It was a no-brainer. Do what you did the first time.
But the messaging was off, incredibly off. We had so many attacks on voter rights, reproductive rights, economy, healthcare, that these could have been driven home with positive messaging to get people activated, create a sense of urgency, and get them out to vote.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what a couple of young people said. I know a couple of young people didn't vote, but that's another story. They say Stacey didn't motivate them. They really didn't know her. And like you said, too much Hollywood. And I'll be honest, I just wasn't a big fan of hers in this time around. For some reason, it didn't flow with me. So I don't think Kemp. I think she handed to him.
Yep.
And my thing, I got. So he'll be a governor for 4 more years. He'll be governor for 4 more years, and I think the right person to run for governor. And I'll say it later, but I think he'll be the right person to overtake him.
I think Van Johnson needs to run for governor.
Hey! I only lost by 3%. Don't forget me, Julius. Hey, don't forget me now. I only lost by 3%. I'm saying, name a Democrat that's performed that well lately.
Yeah.
Robert,
yeah,
you remember? I want to ask Robert a question. Robert, you remember when we worked on your campaign, the common criticism that we had during COVID, calling all of those Democrats in every district, the biggest complaint they had with Stacey, if you remember, was what?
Remind me, because I want to say the wrong thing.
Okay, well, basically that she didn't reach out to them at a local level. That she
Oh yeah. And if you remember me saying this, I tell people this all the time. And my number one, and this is the thing: if you're going to run in the state of Georgia, 2 things you got to be dead grassroots in the trenches with people, not afraid to get out of the elites. And number 2, you're gonna have to flip 3 red counties. It's not hard. It's not hard to do. But you can't just sit up here and wine and dine and eat. And money don't win campaigns. Relationships do.
Well, what about the relationships that she formed the first go round? Like I'm really gonna be on it tonight. Like, because I don't feel like I really don't feel like all the way around she got a fair. The first election was stolen from her, and then this election she didn't do enough. Well, she did enough the first time.
All Stacey had to do was get out of the elitist circles and get out here in these hoods. Get out here in these streets. Everybody. Okay, me, Julius Bernard, Tip. How many of y'all got invited to her little closed door meetings? Name one. See?
In Athens, I was invited.
But that's 1 out of 5. So she failed. I mean, all she had to do was implement what she did last time. What happened last time was wrong. That was told. He was the referee, in the game, and the rule maker. So just implement the same plan. That's all she had to do. Her campaign manager was dumb. I'm just gonna say it. That made no sense why they did that. That was just the dumbest strategy I've seen in my life.
It was. And people, just for the record, we are not saying this as Monday morning quarterbacks. We've been saying this for months. We've been telling them this for months. You got prime shows here in Savannah and across the whole state of Georgia that she could have went on that she did not appear on because she was busy being on there with Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of them and Rachel Maddow and all. That don't win damn elections. You got to get in here and you got to talk to the people. You should have been on this show talking to us.
I feel like Stacey Abrams is damn.
You should have been on Lisa Blakely's show. You should have been on Keisha Gibson Carter's show. You know why they was running from us? Because they don't want to tackle those tough questions that we're going to ask about our community. They want to give us that brush over about everything that they think that it covers everybody.
And now we have a governor that's going to continue to do it for the next 4 years. So bashing Stacey Abrams does not help the situation.
Baby, we gonna bash whoever got to be bashed. If they
and I'm a stand for it. I am. I
voted for it too. My daughter voted for it.
Right to bash.
Yeah, it's so crazy how our community can go out and vote for somebody and bash them in the same sentence.
Well,
because they don't
No, it's no It's very much so. They look like her.
I still listen to R. Kelly.
Bash her instead of stand beside her.
But here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing.
We're gonna stand 4 years on the side of her, telling you did a good job. Hell no.
Hang on.
We're still
It's
being
not
governed
Stacey.
by a man who signed a gun law that's affecting our children
We got
every day.
We're not talking about
Producer
Kim. We're talking
Moot,
about what she did wrong.
Well,
I think we
honestly-
still have Kim as a governor at the end of the day.
Y'all, hold on. This ain't
Regardless,
about
we got
Stacey.
Kim.
Hold on. Take Stacey out the equation. This is
I
about.
think it's very much
Hold on.
so
Take
about
Stacey out the equation. Hold on. This is about her campaign manager making a dumbass decision to run a stupid campaign, and it's
Well,
number
let's
two.
let-
It's about
well,
the
let's
hold on.
bash the
It's hold
campaign
on,
manager.
and it's about the Democratic Party of Georgia being
Hey.
weak as hell and not putting together a real strategy so that
Well,
we
let's
can
bash
win
the
these seats.
Democratic Party of Georgia.
That's the problem.
That's
The
what we
Democratic
should
Party
be talking
got
about.
to get
Those are
later.
the two we should be talking about, not the candidate by herself. Because I've been that
The
candidate
buck
by
stops at
myself,
Stacey's desk. The buck
and
stops
Well,
at
it's
and
not.
it was
Hey,
people that look just
Tiffany.
like me that bashed me
Tiffany.
because
Listen to
our
me, Tiffany.
race,
You just
our
went-
men
Tiffany.
cannot stand beside us.
Tiffany.
Whether
I don't think we're bashing
We
Stacey.
here
like even if Stacey Abrams won, this part would have still been a bashing for her.
No.
I don't think we're bashing her. I just think
Well,
she's
there been no
I
bashing.
feel like you're bashing her.
We just said she.
hold on, y'all. Look at the debate.
What we gonna
Look at
bash
the
her
debate. Hold on.
I
Look at
watched
the
all
debate.
of the debates,
The
and I
debate,
think she debated both of them under the table.
She was weak.
Nobody's
She was
saying
weak. She
anything
was weak.
about the debates. We're
No,
talking about.
I am. She was weak.
Yeah, I'm
Only
answering.
round.
I'm answering
She
everybody's
was
questions.
weak.
I can see everybody at one time. So I'm answering everybody at one time.
Yeah. No, she was just weak. And I'll give you a great example. What we got to do as Democrats is answer the question and quit being scared to just say what you mean. Like, for example, you got to talk about inflation and tell these people what you really going to do instead of, quit being a slave and talk. That's the problem. I'm not bashing her. I just wish she would have been in your face.
When a whole bunch of bandwagon riders on this line tonight for us to be whatever you just said.
I just want. How many Democrats won in the state, y'all? We got to do better.
None.
Lakeema Williams got to sit down at the chair. She don't need to be the chair no more.
No, we're
I'm
talking
saying
about
it
those
here. I
ones who
said
had.
it.
We're not talking about those ones who had automatic wins. We're talking about those ones who had challenges.
No, I'm talking about she don't need to be the chair of the DPG. I said that
no,
years
she
ago.
doesn't.
I'm saying it tonight.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
botched
The
when
Democratic Party-
Warnock and Ossoff ran the first time. You botched 2 PSC elections that you could have had in your hand. But because we got a leader in the DPG that don't know what the hell she doing and worried about trying to replace John Lewis, we lose every time.
Hey,
I'm
RG.
not scared to
These
say
people
it.
actually the ones that ain't doing their job, not the ones that's out there
But
trying.
Lakeema ain't doing her. She just trying to be the next John Lewis, and she ain't.
Well, Stacey, nobody's here to bash Stacey. We're bashing the whole damn campaign. There was
Well,
a
let's be
dumbass-
more specific with who we bashed in. Campaign, we're bashing you. Stacey Abrams, you got a 1 in my book.
Well, of course she got a 1 in your book.
Yes, she does. She should have a 1 in all of y'all book because she
No.
look like our mamas and our aunts
No.
and our
Wait,
grandmas.
wait.
You have a 5 in my book.
Tiffany.
And she
Wait.
and
She
she
got
did her job.
she got a thumbs up from 1.8 million people, so she can't be that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So-
who said she bad?
I agree.
That's what I'm
Campaign
saying.
was terrible.
Yeah.
The campaign manager screwed her, just like
It
the
was
lawyer that
terrible.
represented.
But the buck stops at her.
Yeah.
She makes the decisions. What you say, Bernard?
Hey,
Yeah, I don't
and-
know about that now.
what you got to say, Jesus? Because
No, you have to
Jesus,
go
what you
to
got to
Jesus
say on that rebuttal? Because Tiffany, you a girl, and you feisty tonight, and this is the first time I ever seen you like that.
I've been waiting
So
on this all day.
I'm gonna let you have your nice. Go ahead, little Stacey. Go ahead.
I've been waiting on this all night. I stayed
Yeah,
on
but now
social
what you
media
gotta
for the
say?
very reason. I had to get it off my back in my chest. It's still a little bit on me.
Well,
I see. It's the hairdo. It's the hairdo.
It's not.
Did she come out there? Did she come out there with her? I'm like, what my Lord?
She just got a
Yeah.
retightening or something.
Oh,
A
Lord.
retightening. Yeah.
hey. If y'all looked at the agenda, you'll see this ain't just about Stacey. Stacey ran up. Tiffany, you know darn well I've been saying on this show for weeks how
You have.
bad that campaign
Yeah.
is being
You
ran.
have.
You know that I've said that they are not talking to the right people. There's no way that you can't come to this town, Savannah, the second biggest voting block
Third biggest.
in the second or third in the state, and you don't come and be on Alicia's show, who got all those people watching her. You don't come be on any of ATR shows, Our Black Media shows. You don't come and be on Pastor Small's show. You don't seek out. Well, you did seek out Jamal in a private meeting.
Look, didn't even talk to Jay Jones. But you didn't even talk to the chair of the party, Jay Jones. Are you crazy?
Yeah, you don't come tell Jay Jones, I need you to hold a big rally. No, because of relationships. You want to have a relationship with Van Johnson, thinking that you fit to get in there, and he don't know nobody to bring. Van can't bring no people like we bring.
You couldn't bring a roach to a rally.
Yeah. We are the change agents here, and you missed it. And that's what we're trying to tell her. It's her. The buck stops on her for not saying, hey, who else can I talk to?
But it does raise a question. How did Stacey resonate with women? Because I think she resonated very well with women. Very, very well with women. But how many women came out to vote statistically during early voting in the election yesterday?
Yeah. To be honest, women's and the young people brought Democrats some key states. They came out, the women's came out and the young folks came out. Trust me, that's flat out real.
Did they see a long line? I mean, can anybody tell me that they saw a long line? Because I know
in a long line. I was in a line for 2 hours.
You was?
Yeah, in Cobb County.
Wow. That's crazy, because here in Liberty, literally, my daughter walked in and out in less than 5 minutes.
And another thing, to get to your point, Tiffany, what do they call this? They call this what? A political what? Game. Game. You got to know how to play the game. What's your favorite team? The Dallas Cowboys, right? Probably so. Atlanta Falcons. After the Falcons fall, what do you do after the Falcons lose?
Get a beer.
Not a damn thing. I don't want to be my favorite team.
Figure out everything that they did wrong on why they didn't win.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what we're doing now. So they should know that we got to come here to see us. Jamal, what you got to say?
Yeah. I was just going to make a clarification. You were invited to the Stacey event also, Julia. So that's why I just been waiting to say you were invited. Don't just make it. You were invited to the event. You were invited to the event also, and also Dr. Tanya Howard was invited to events too. So you would have been invited to Stacey events too, Julia. So I just wanted to share that.
Do you? I got disinvited also. Tell them about that part.
Yeah.
I was on my way to the Stacey event for a private meeting with a bunch of Geechee Gullah people. I'm black. Geechee Gullah means you're black. Geechee Gullah, Geechee Gullah. I'm black. But they disinvited me before I could get there.
Well,
but I still voted for them.
Next case.
Yeah.
Next case.
But that's a point too. Even if she as a candidate didn't appeal, between the two, who was the best candidate to defend you? I mean, really, is it going to be Kemp?
Well, it is Kemp now. We're not talking about whether she won or not. We're not talking about who's in the governor's seat. We're talking about what she did wrong. That's the only thing in this subject here. This topic is about what she did wrong. That's all.
You know, black people got to critique other black people.
We're gonna critique
you just can't say you did a good job. You ran a great race. You influenced many of women, black and white. You influenced the whole entire nation. We can't say that.
She did wonderful.
What's wrong?
Too much like right.
Why you did that?
Good. She did a wonderful job of helping Brian Kemp become the next governor of Georgia.
That's what she did. That's what she did. She did a greater job for Brian Kemp than she did for her damn self. We want to congratulate the first black governor of Maryland. the third black governor ever in the history of this country. You see how crucial that is, Tiffany? How crucial.
I
She should have
know
did more than what she did.
I know exactly how crucial it is. And I also know how crucial it is for people that look like you to be so ugly and judgmental towards all of your hard work because they didn't run a race the way that they felt you should have ran a race.
If you work hard, I'll congratulate you because you're the one. But his name is Governor Westmore, Governor-elect Westmore from Maryland. First black.
Yeah. I'm about to turn the Rabble out.
Governor. What you say? What Tiffany said?
I said I'm finna turn the Rabble out.
Boy.
But no.
What else we got on this subject before we go to these other two?
Oh, go ahead. Let's have one up.
Do we have anything else? We already talked everything. Tiffany, there's nothing you see that she could have did different?
No.
Really?
I'm not an enabler. Things that I think that Stacey could have done different. She could have done some things differently. She could have. But overall, my girl inspired a generation. From Georgia all the way across to LA. Sent with Whoopi Goldberg.
I want her to inspire a win.
Young women, young black women especially, because she's very smart. She knows her way around the political arena, and she's a role model to young women.
Yeah, like me. And I'm gonna shut up after this. But just imagine how fierce Stacey Abrams can be now without any limitations of being governor. So let's not count her out. Just because she's not, don't mean that she ain't gonna be able to make no moves, baby.
And that's what she acted like the whole campaign. Like, oh my gosh, I can be better than governor. That's what it seemed like she did her whole campaign. Like, it was like, I really don't want to be governor, but because I want to be president now. I think I can run as president.
Stacey Abrams.
Say again?
2024, Stacey Abrams.
Nah, that ain't. I'm good.
Nah.
Now, hold on. What I think would be good, Warnock run for governor, and she might consider that Senate race for president. Nah, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. Don't even.
It might work better.
Yeah, what? Okay. Don't president. Don't waste your time. Save your money.
Anybody got anything else on this particular subject? Stacey, Hollywood Stacey.
Eyes of Jesus, and she's Georgia, Stacey. Georgia for all. Stacey for all of Georgia.
Well, what some commentators are not saying, they're saying that from Rourke and Stacey and Chris, that they wasted the Democratic Party's money, and that so they need to not be running anymore for anything because they've shown that they can't win. Even when I checked it out, I said to myself, it comes down to strategy. That again, when you have ineffective people operating your campaign, that's what happened. And this is what we see. I go say that this is probably a textbook example of when you are not, as I say, not knowing the terrain. I tell you, you got to know the terrain when you're running for office. And so that's what you got to have people who are right there who will understand. I tell them not topography, but know how the people function in each of these areas. I had some people go and tell me that when they were in Middle Georgia, they did not see Stacey signs in Perry and also in Houston County. They said they didn't see their signs. So it's almost like they didn't understand the significance of areas outside of the urban areas in Georgia.
Right.
And to your point, if you come to Savannah trying to run a campaign and you don't talk to ATR Consulting or Charlie Brown, who's a party chair, you're going to lose. It's just that simple because they understand the terrain.
Right. You got to get out and talk to the people. She stepped you got to come here before you run for office. Like Bernard said, I need to know you. Bernard always was, you just don't get my vote because you black.
Exactly.
You got to get to know me. Get out the car and come and talk to me.
But one thing we not gonna say is that Stacey ran because she was black, because we know she had our back. We know Stacey Abrams will do what she said she was going to do when she got in that seat.
Girl,
it's not black.
We're not going to get into the real bashing of Stacey because you really don't know Stacey before Stacey became running for governor. I know
the things that Stacey Abrams voted on before she became. I know how to Google just like y'all know how to Google.
How she treat her brother. I should treat her brother, even though I did vote for her, but I should treat her brother ain't cool. But ain't gonna go
don't make us go there.
We y'all ain't gonna go there. I know y'all talking about Walter. I know y'all talking about Walter, and all of us, just like Stacey said, all of us have a Walter in our family. And I've been talking about
Walter. She did that man the shady. I mean, she can go on a diet herself while she right here talking. Now I ain't gonna go there, but we're gonna keep moving.
It's still
because now I'm getting fight mad. Now I'm ready to fight. I'm just joking. It
still comes down to being able to resonate on the issues with the voters. And that would have been tremendous to be out here going to these small counties and talking to them on the issues where they felt they were important and they were part of something monumental, a change happening to get her into office. And that momentum would have built. Savannah and Georgia is a bandwagon place. It would have happened.
Yeah. But you got, like I said, I'm gonna call it a night with this one. Just because you look like us, don't give you the right to think we should vote for y'all. I don't care if you black, white, or whatever. Vote for the right people. If Stacey Abrams, if she was white and she was the right person, I vote for Asian or whatever. It's not about color no more. At the end of the day, for me,
exactly.
If you're the right person, I don't care if you look green, I'm gonna vote for you. But you got to convince me, and then I'm gonna hold you accountable when you get in office. And I'm gonna be right there on that door saying, you remember you said you were gonna give me a 12-pack, a 6-pack, a Master Light, and I ain't got it yet. Period.
But I gave you a stimulus check and I was in Wakanda. I was in the movie Black Panther.
Well,
what about that?
Exactly.
Tiffany, since you're such good friends with Stacey, we want you to tell her that we just telling her everything that she did wrong and what she needs to correct next time.
Baby, we're coming back full force without a title, but moving stronger than ever, baby. Kim gonna wish he had a lot. Go ahead, eyes of Jesus.
I just want to throw something to what Bernard said. This is well over. This is not going on 20 years ago when Joe Bell ran for city council, and one of the things that destroyed his campaign when he's now, I want to say, is at First Tabernacle Church, and that there is a candidates forum there, and Piccolo gets up, and actually, I would say, yeah, this was 30 years ago. Piccolo gets up there. Piccolo says to Joe Bell, why you ain't buy me no coffee? And Joe Bell campaign, he fell apart right there. And so people now looking like, wait a minute. And Piccolo did, and that's what they say. I forgot what they say, who paid Piccolo to do that, but Piccolo put it out there. Why you ain't buy me no coffee, Joe Bell? Something as simple as that. And that was something extra mind. Somebody who knows about Clarence Teddy Williams tell you about. He threw it out there. Piccolo said that. Joe Bell's campaign fell apart. Did not win the election.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
The little things. Yeah. The little things.
The least of those.
The little things.
The least of those. And really, going back to a point real quick, Julius, and it's going to hit some local folk hard. Somebody about to get real, real mad when I say this, but you lose twice and 3 times, hang it up, cousin. It's done.
Yeah.
That's why she ain't worried, baby. That she gonna come back.
Tiffany, you got the direct line. Make sure you tell her what we said. And
I remember you, all y'all names. Uncle Sean, you too. I'm going to hell her back and eyes of Jesus. All the rest of y'all.
She mad.
The Savannah area and Upper Fulton County, but no.
One thing we ain't got to worry about is her calling.
We You know, I'm a canvasser. No.
So make sure you tell her what we said and that we want her to run again in 4 years. But
don't lie like that.
Nah.
Don't tell her. Don't do it no more.
I know she's not gonna run again.
I hope not.
She does great things without this money. She done right.
Know why she can run the next time? because she can win the next time.
There you go. Let her,
I don't know.
She can win the next time, without a doubt.
Run for office and get out here and get the work done and put these other people in retirement.
Hello.
Carrie, turn your mic up some. Is your mic, something wrong with your mic?
I don't know.
Honestly, Stacey, what I would hope happen, and I'm serious about what I'm about to say, when Biden wins next time, to appoint her at a secretary level, like Secretary of State or something like that, and then see what we can do after that. I think people need to see how she makes decisions and how she engages with policy on that level. And I think that really is going to open some people's eyes. It's the reason why people went with Warnock and not with her.
Yeah, because Herschel Walker's a damn fool. Who would vote for Herschel Walker? Everybody ain't crazy. The hell?
Hey,
we need a walker, not a runner.
Don't get the work done. Warnock's going to get the work done. And Herschel Walker, and I know Herschel Walker is a black man, but we all know he's foolish too, and he don't deserve that spot. He's a puppet. Stacey is not a puppet. Stacey was not a puppet.
But Herschel Walker fans feel like you feel about Stacey.
I'm not a Stacey Abrams fan. I'm a Stacey Abrams supporter because I believe in I believe in her policies. I believe in the things that she want to get.
We all do.
Herschel.
Hey, but Herschel may be a damn fool, but December the 6th, we got a runoff.
Exactly, and we got a warrant, and we have a runoff because people would rather see a black man that is a puppet than a black man that's going to do the work in the Senate. So there's even that ain't even no
saw the same thing.
I agree on that.
We're gonna see what happens in Savannah too in the mayor's race because he's a puppet too.
Right now, he is what he has been his whole life, coached.
Exactly.
He has been coached his whole life. Right now, all they have to do now for Herschel is find the fucking body. Okay, excuse me. I don't know if I could. They need to find the body. All right, because just like OJ, all right, Herschel has deeper secrets out there. And I believe that's the only reason why they have Herschel strung along like they do right now.
No, Herschel been like that since he was in high school. He ain't nobody back then. Herschel has a fetish for white girls, and Herschel has a fetish for saying how you like it, boss, how hot you want.
If I only had a brain.
They ain't got nothing on Herschel.
You know, he the scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. If I only had a brain.
Exactly. Like, I remember, I'm sure somebody out there saying, hey, I did it. They made me take his test for him. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody out there that actually had to sign their name as Herschel Walker and sign it, make their text and all this other stuff. I'm sure he did not make all his grades because he could carry the damn football. You understand? Because he could carry.
Shut up, nigga, and run.
Yeah.
There you go.
You blockhead.
We on Warnock now. Tiffany, we don't give nobody no slack or no breaks. We finna get on this brother here too. He in the runoff, and we need him to do what's right so he can win. We're not criticizing Stacey so she could lose. We already told you months ago what Stacey was going to do and what was the outcome of this race was going to be if she didn't step it up. Now, Mr. Warnock, we're coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
You need to step it up. You need to stop stepping off of buses and jumping on a stage. Get your ass off the bus. Preacher, I'm sorry, Mr. But get off the bus and do what you need to do. Ain't nobody got time off with Spike Lee. Spike Lee can't vote in Georgia. What the girl name the other day?
LeBron James.
Len Whitfield.
She can't vote in Georgia.
Len Whitfield.
She can't vote in Georgia. They don't live here.
One thing.
No, but they believe in his message, though. But it ain't even enough for the Georgians that was born and raised in Georgia.
I know one thing. Come back down to Chatham County and not talk to CCDC and see if we support you. Do that again.
No,
that's not ever disrespect us again.
Okay, when you're running an election, a big election, like you want to be the Senate or the governor. Now, the races that we ran were local races. So people know us. We know what spots to hit. We know what doors to knock on because it is a local race. And now I'm not trying to take up or say that he shouldn't be on his bus. He worked for his damn bus. His bus got him on the side of it.
Here's the thing.
You complained about the bus earlier, so don't go there.
Hold on.
All you did was come over there and people and then talk to y'all.
Here's the thing. These candidates have got to understand this. And Carrie will tell you, you better damn well reach out to every Democratic committee in every county directly. And if you don't do that, your ass need to lose. Every Democratic committee I talked to personally, I called. And you can't be so high up here to think you somebody that who cares you Senator Warnock? Who cares?
And then why your ass ain't get out and knock on doors for him, Robert? Why you didn't hit your people for him?
Warnock think he's too big to call people.
Well, why you calling him?
Well, if you ain't gonna call people, if you can't call the committees and chairs, I dare you not. Warnock,
that's not that brother's kid.
Warnock, if you do not talk to the chair of the Democratic Party of Chatham County, we will not support you.
But why couldn't have you took it upon yourself to do that for your brother?
Why y'all gonna call yourself Democrats, but you can't corral with people who will support you? Ain't nobody out here kissing your ring. That ain't how this gonna work no more. You either gonna work with the people and you're gonna talk to us, you're gonna treat our people in Savannah with respect, or you will not get our vote. We deserve to be heard, and to ignore us because you think you just big-minded person is not how this gonna work anymore. That's not how that works. You mean to tell me you can't call Stevens County Democrats, you can't call Morgan County Democrats, you can't call Clark County Democrats, but you want these people to vote for you? Why should they if you can't talk to them?
I spoke for Clark County Democrats myself. It said we're voting for Warnock. We're paying children to canvass for Warnocks. Stand at every stop sign, hold on Warnock signs on. You're gonna get paid $20 an hour. That's what you do for the people that you believe in to win these races.
Why can't he talk to y'all for 5 minutes?
Amen.
Y'all can talk to y'all chair for 5 minutes to say thank you. How you people doing?
Say a speech and leave. Take a couple of photos. No, I need you knocking on doors. I need you sitting in the diner talking to people while they're at lunch. I need you walking in Wendy's talking to people and shaking hands. I need you walking in the crispy in the line where everybody at Chick-fil-A. That way you're gonna catch Tiffany eating her Chick-fil-A, and then you could talk to everybody. Go ahead, Jesus.
I don't get on like that at Chick-fil-A.
What I was going to share is that as a question to throw it out there for you to think of. So the CCDC will not support Ray, and they will have Herschel Walker go into the seat. So that's the
and I'm not
okay. I'll just
let me clarify this. Right. So I'll just stop being Republican.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if you can't put your foot out there and talk to people for 5 minutes, don't expect those people to support you. That's stupid.
And so the other element, which it actually applies to Stacey and also to Ray Raphael, is this: that I had people contact me about getting people to go and volunteer and do stuff. But what I said to them, I was like, no, I'm not going to get anyone in particular. It's like, don't you believe in Warnock? I'm like, yes. I said, I'm not going to get anyone to go out and do any campaigning and y'all don't pay. I said, you all got money coming to the state of Georgia, but you all don't want to pay people, and y'all want people to just go out there just based on nobility. I'm like, no, you got people coming into Savannah, coming to this area who are getting paid big money, and they don't know anything about the area. And I was like, no, I'm not. I said, when you all now decide when you're going to start paying people to do some of this canvassing, doing some of this work, then you can get back with me, and I ain't got no problem contacting folks. But I was like, no, it's just the general people just come. I'm like, no. And that's why I say using people, because again, the nobility, but here go other folks, they made money off of these campaigns.
$250 million, him and Herschel spent. $250 million, him and Herschel spent.
I think there was also a missed opportunity with using Spike Lee and going around to college campuses, especially historically Black colleges. That was a huge missed opportunity. I mean, they even went to Georgia Southern because those students would have showed up.
Exactly. And why couldn't he say, okay, Lynn Whitfield, you're going to Savannah State, or you going to Georgia Southern? Spike, I need you at Savannah State. Whoever else he got, he sent someplace else. Dispatch these people all over. That's what Obama did.
Where the t-shirts at?
They
Where's the
scared to
t-shirt?
talk to the people in the trenches. That's
Tell
my
me
biggest
one
argument.
t-shirt.
People, stop talking to these people that got titles. They ain't doing nothing for you, no way.
Nothing.
I ain't
Nothing.
seen Van knock on the door, but I guarantee if you would have had Bernard and Judas pay, they would have helped you down there and mobilize.
I'm sorry. Well,
Van do not
Anybody's
endorse,
fun
but Van want endorsements. Van want endorsements.
This one.
You say Van don't endorse? Van ain't nothing but a mayor. The hell he don't endorse. He need
Show
to
me-
endorse
he
everybody
report to Jay
that
Melvin.
endorse him. He ain't
Show me
nothing but a mayor.
something.
Who
Show
he
me
is?
something where they try to reach, somebody young, like a t-shirt, a cap, a watch, something. You know, something that fits
too
on the
common. That's
iPhone.
They too common.
I have Stacey
Yeah.
Abrams earrings, Warnock earrings, a Warnock t-shirt, a
Really?
Stacey t-shirt, a Stacey
Warnock.
Abrams button pen,
You
a
bought
Stacey
them?
Abrams picture,
Did you
Stacey
buy
Abrams
them?
handshake. I got them all for free, and I had them in bulk, brought in bulk, and I
Okay.
didn't get them out. The teenagers that got paid for canvassing,
That's your
$20 an hour.
Okay. Now see.
Warnock campaign.
Now,
I
Tiffany.
for Athens though.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that down here. You know, I guess
yeah.
they
It
said
was a
nobody
big
in
thing, man. It was a
Savannah.
big thing,
You
a
know.
big thing. They know.
Well, we
You
want
know what?
Warnock to win. Listen, all we trying to tell people is these are the things that you're doing wrong, dude. You got 29 days, 30 days, whatever it is, to get this to right this ship. Get this ship right. Because you cannot beat these people if you don't do what you need to do. We don't need, I know it ain't but 30 days now. It's a lot of area to cover. But you got to dispatch people to do things. You spent $250 million between you and Herschel, and not a dime went to anybody in our neighborhood, but you want us to do stuff for free.
Exactly.
What's wrong with y'all? Y'all
different
crazy?
places.
We tired
Y'all
of
gonna
being
buy
used.
Christmas gifts. Y'all better show up for Christmas if y'all want us to show up for Christmas. You know what I
Tired of
mean?
being used.
Show up.
Pay
Sure.
me just like you pay them. Don't call me talking about doing something for free. And hell no, I
Exactly.
don't want $20 an hour. I pay that to the people that I bring with me.
But
And I don't want
Well,
nothing
hey.
perishable like no damn turkey. Don't give me nothing perishable that could go bad and spoil.
It'll
Give me
be all
something
like
that
Nuno
go
Brown.
last.
Hey,
Give me a gold button, motherfucker. I mean, excuse me. Give me
Sean,
a gold.
you need Nino
you know,
Brown.
give me
Nino
a
Brown
coin
give
or
us
something.
turkeys. Y'all about to get a turkey, bro.
John
Turkey.
must
Hey.
have got
Y'all get a turkey, bro.
No, don't give me nothing
Well, Warnock
perishable.
going like this.
some Chandra.
Don't
But
give
you
me
know-
nothing perishable. Just like you said,
Oh, you
something
want a turkey?
shiny.
You get a
Something
you get a turkey.
shiny.
Anyway, it's a lot of questions to ask about this particular race. We want Reverend Warnock to win, without a doubt. We wouldn't be up here trying to tell him he's doing everything right. You're doing a lot of things wrong, and a lot of things need to be corrected. There are people that needs all those people that carry and the people's agenda and ARPI and all these other organizations who they registered to vote. Where are these people? You done registered all these new people to vote, and you did not have any other contact, but you want to run here every time and talk to the same damn people every time? Man, miss me on that. You preaching to the choir. Preach to the congregation. They the ones need to hear it. All those people that got signed up for Fair Fight and People's Agenda and APRI and all the rest of One Georgia and everything, call those people. Those are people that need to be out.
Invite
what's
both of
different?
them to the show.
But you know what's different too, Kerry? I want to hear your opinion on this. They didn't use surrogates this time. I would use surrogates. I mean, that one thing, next thing, you know, if I run a statewide again, I would really use surrogates. Your surrogates are your local people that are well known. Todd Rose would have been a great surrogate. Jay Jones would have been a great surrogate for Stacey. But y'all want to sit here and ignore these people.
Yeah. What question you want to ask?
One of the points that I made on last week's show, and I had Q1 Drayton on, we both went down to the debate. Neither one of them spoke to local media, and Warnock didn't have any surrogates speak to local media. Huge opportunity, Phil, right there. Huge opportunity, Phil.
Yeah, I went to a
You know
rally
what?
and ended up speaking. I went to a rally and they interviewed me on the national news. You know, I just happened to have been going to his rally Sunday. Jamal, you got a question from somebody?
Yes, we have a question. Go ahead, ask your question since you were scared to come on.
My connection was bad.
Just go ahead and ask your question.
My question was, like, where do we go from here? I mean, y'all are talking about everything that went wrong and what needs to be done. Like, say the worst happens, where do we go from here? You know, not just, you know, your generation, but also my generation of the 25 and under.
This is Ebony. This is Ebony Houston. She's a scholar at Georgia Southern University. She was going to be on the Rabble. So again,
yeah.
You
know what?
Earlier, but she had technical difficulties and had to get off. She was on there earlier when me and Bernard and Robin and all of us was on there earlier. What you saying?
So I guess they're gonna respond to your question.
You know what? You know what we need to do? This is what we need to do. We need to sit our butt down and talk to these young folks and listen to them, and see what they feel about this damn country. I've been listening to all this rabbleness, and we're gonna trust me, they ain't gonna do nothing until you get all these homeless people off the street and feed them every day. Until that, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of vote for people who ain't gonna do nothing for us. Period. I'm just keeping it real. Even if Warnoff go or whoever go, what have you did for us lately? Not a damn thing. 500 years of nothing.
I'm tired.
So why don't we start listening to the young folks who know, hey, let's take this country in a different direction. Because the direction we in now ain't helping, and we ain't going nowhere. Period. I'm just tired of all this talking. Shut up.
Next.
Tired of voting for rich folks. Seem like all the votes are always going for rich folks. It's always, hey, let's help the rich get richer. Why? Because it don't always seem to trickle down the right way. You know, you get projects like, you get the projects and stuff, and you hear about, a $60 million project. But guess what? You can't have a felony, you can't have a record, or you got to have this license, or you have to have this schooling, or you have to have this. So it's like, how do we capitalize when all rules say, hey, you can't, that's not for you. That's not for you. That's not. I feel like the young people are feeling like, hey, what's for us out there? What's for us out there? We see people that went to college and did what they were supposed to do, and they're still out here struggling. Mm-hmm. So what's for us now? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What's going to be left for us? My daughter think that I don't hear her when she say, hey, y'all brought us into this jacked up world and just wanted to say you're an adult now. Handle it like we did when, it's like it's a different world. Mm-hmm. It's a different world now.
Okay, all y'all are answering her questions, right? The question was, what was the question? Right. Where do we go from here and what we should do? So, who next?
Let me go ahead. I agree with Bernard wholeheartedly. If any campaign is run and you don't have somebody on that campaign or a group of people on that campaign that are at least 25 years, 30 years or younger, you're messing up. I just one, it's about sustainability, but going to your point, Uncle Sean, is also about new ideas. You can't do what we did in the 70s. It's one of the reasons why the criminal justice system is jacked up. It's one of the reasons why Reagan's stupid trickle-down theory doesn't work. It's one of the reasons why you got a terrible homeless rate is because we don't want to pass the baton, and we don't want to include a variety of voices. And so I believe exactly what Bernard says. We got to bring a lot of people to the table and stop putting people up there that just talk lip service. And it's like this here. I said it before. LeBron James got in the game and did not have a good game or was not scoring, they're gonna bench him. This time we bench a lot of people.
Exactly.
I think that you have to do better than that. You have to create a pathway for Black and brown folk to have upward mobility and not just a hourly wage job that is not self-sustainable. Like, this needs to be that's paramount. That's number one. That should be that's the real conversation. Why is upward mobility not more intense of a conversation in Georgia? Why is it a West Coast thing or a New York thing? Why are we not talking about that enough in Georgia?
Next.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put it out there and saying that when I hear Ebony go ask this question, this is just my thoughts. We know that Kemp will become governor. Kemp is going to be governor. What other policies that have been in place now? What policies have been in place when he's been governor before? And how extreme are they going to get with regards to other policies? And how will we be proactive about addressing all of this right here? Because that's what's about to happen. And if Herschel was to win, just throw it out there, if Herschel was to win, what did we not see about on the horizon? We already know that you got district judges, federal judges, who are following the line that has been put out there by the Republican Party, by conservative Republicans, and what has been done. And they have dumped in Trump. We already understand there are Supreme Court cases now dealing with affirmative action and with regards to African Americans and other brown people and other people of color having access to the leading universities when they are not funding HBCUs. Also looking at HBCUs, the public HBCUs, some of them have deficits, and they are now looking at dismantling programs there. So what are we going to do about that? And when we talk about, again, it was CJ when she talked about upward mobility, we understand that people talk about the economy, it has improved, and they're concerned about the economy. Guess when they're concerned about the economy, that's for them. We still have issues, even when they say the economy has improved or anything like that. African Americans still have a large unemployment rate. What are we going to do with regard to establishing this upward mobility? How are we going to create systems of education that are going to basically not project and be like a missile for our children to go forward? And how do we now still deal with the issue of social justice with regards to criminal reform, bail system, and all of that? What are we going to do? Because we already see these people are not concerned about that, and they're going to maintain it. So how proactively are we going to now start thinking about ways that now sell this to our people as to how we need to function, and other people who are marginalized, as poor Caucasians, Latinos, Asians, African Americans, and Native people?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know what? I think it was an insult to Governor Kemp to just basically he was sending those $350. If you had food stamps, he was sending that $350 to the Black community. Throw them a bone and then we'll get a vote for them. You know, this was killing me. It always about they can just shut us up by throwing us this and throwing us that. We need to stand up and say enough is enough. Throw that $350 back towards them at Atlanta, Georgia, at the Capitol.
And I didn't even get mine.
They only sent it to the people who get food stamps.
Next, because y'all gonna wait. I'm last. I got to tell y'all what we're gonna do because we're answering Ebony's question. Wasn't it Ebony? Ebony asked the question. Okay. What was the question again? Gary can answer.
The question is, what are we going to do? Oh, Ebony, go ahead. You right here. Go ahead.
The question that I asked was, y'all were talking about everything that went wrong. What do we do? Where do we go from here?
Okay. Carrie, before I go, Carrie.
Young people have to follow. We need to create policies. We need our own think tank with people that have their policy questions. I'm taking my students, for example, one of my students, she was in foster care. And I took her with me to an event with Clark Atlanta. And she wrote down a whole page full. I said, we're going to make this into a policy. We're going to write this into a policy. We're going to work on it. We need young people, teach them how to get activated to do real change. And then when they get old enough, run for office, period.
Okay. First, Ebony, you need to reach out to them almost 2 million dumbass people that voted for Herschel Walker. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I got a message for you preachers out there. All y'all preachers out there, all y'all. You got congregations. Your obligation is not to fill your wallet. Your obligation is to help the people. If Jesus contacted you to get with us, then you are the responsibilities and obligations of. Your obligation is to fill that civic center with your congregation. On Sunday, you should have said, everybody meet me at the civic center. All the churches. It should have been overflowing. Not enough room for everybody. Everybody across this whole country, this whole state should have been doing this here. Filling all the arenas for Stacey and for Warnock. You want a 501c tax exemption? Well, God gonna exempt you from heaven too. Because all you want is some money in your pockets. Exactly. That's all it seems like. Because you know why you didn't invite them to the Civic Center and y'all didn't all get together? Because you couldn't get no money out of it. You would have had to go to the candidate.
You better say it, Julius.
So your responsibility is to the community, not to your bank account.
That's right.
Fill the Civic Center up. Have some real marches. Damn a 501c pastors. All y'all worry about is a tax break.
Yep. That's a read down.
Yep.
But you know what? In reality, Pastor Jamal Brown of New Birth is the only one that even had anything to say about it, which really floored me. You really don't hear pastors talking about political activism. And it really is disturbing because the Black church was at the core of this stuff many years ago. So I don't know. Stop being weak.
And the thing is, don't tell me what I need. Come and find out from me what I need.
That's right, too.
Exactly.
Don't tell me.
Go ahead, Jesus.
Property over there. They gave him something on the weeping time. First thing he should have said was, let me look in this. But he's not going to look into it because Van is his brother. See, you can't. If something is right, you cannot continue to comfort wrong.
That's right.
You can't do it. If you know the man is wrong, how can you still comfort him just because he's supporting you? Hell no, I'm going to tell you wrong. Hold on, brother.
That's right. That's real.
Where else I can go? Somebody had their hand up. Jamal?
Oh, shit.
All right. So Ebony, you got anything to say? Is it all good? I just want to, since you're on the phone.
So the main thing that I wanted to say, more so to Dr. Julius, you said I need to yell at the dumbasses that voted for Herschel Walker. I mean, at least they voted. And the thing is, I think I've talked to you about this too, that, you know, my generation idealizes like, you know, Jay-Z and these entertainers, and we make them billionaires and give them that political power. Whereas right-wing people, their idols are political leaders.
That's
good point. Good point.
That's absolutely correct. You're correct in that. And we need to change that chain of thought from our young people. We don't need you all buying Yeezy shoes and buying Jay-Z's records. We need you all to start forming organizations like the one they formed here, Young Black Professionals. But you know, they have been a little inactive lately, but we need you all to start doing things because this is about you all. We're just fighting because we've been fighting so long. Why quit? Because we got a future. The future is behind us. This ain't gonna benefit us none.
You know. Okay, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I just don't. I feel like even if you're not in college, you can educate yourself, and there's a way to read and learn. and there's a way to have icons, because Spike Lee is one, and he talks to this generation. Like there are people here that people read, and the rappers are reading folks, and that's why the young people are going to the rappers and listening to what they're saying, because they're like, these people are dropping conscious information in the hip hop today. So if we're going to change it, we got to influence the rappers and say, hey, what are you reading and what are you sharing?
Yeah. I'm a firm believer this. It's more, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And at the end of the day, you know, that's what most people run by. My thing is, if we can get these young black men to stay focused and be able to get away from some of the, you know, like I said, we need to take the rappers, the lead rapper, the lead people that's in the hood. We need to bring them together. We need to start reaching out to the young people that's already on the right track. We need to reach out to the ones that's having influence to swing over to the other end at the end of the day. And that's what's killing me. You can have all the money in the world. You can have the best kid in the world, come from the best family, and they go to the left.
Yep.
You know,
Man,
I am.
Go ahead.
You know, I'm like, you know what's killed me? Everybody.
Jesus.
Well, let me say this. I mean,
Everybody, hold on, Robert. Hold on, Robert.
Everybody, what we need to do is this.
No disrespect.
Let's come up with a solution. Come up with a solution. Because everybody, well, we need to do this, and we need to do that, or we need to go to over him. At the end of the day, we got to come together as black people. I don't care about nobody else's race at the end of the day, because I don't know no white race. I don't know no age. I don't know. Let's focus on our race.
Yeah.
Everybody got a solution. Every color got a solution on what's right for our community. But us.
Yep.
That's correct.
But us. And we go listen to them.
Yeah.
Stop listening to them and listen to us that look like us and write us. You know, period. That's the problem right there. Stop listening to every race that's gonna tell us what we need to do.
Yeah. Eyes of Jesus.
Oh, I have to go and share this. That James Brown influenced people, Prince influenced people, Rick James influenced people, Charlie Parker influenced people, Miles Davis influenced people, Harry Belafonte influenced people, Ma Rainey influenced people, Fast Wild influenced. So when we gonna say, so Evan, I'm gonna throw it out there, that this phenomenon, when we go and say you think it's just something brand new with regards to entertainers and athletes influencing us, Joe Louis influenced people.
Yeah,
we've always been influenced by other people. So that's why I always try to tell people about, you got to have the memory. You have the memory, then now you can go and really come up with some strategy. That's why what you're saying, Ebony, this has always been with us. It's not anything brand new. That again, everybody, your mama, your grandparents, and everybody on the Rabble have been influenced by entertainers and athletes always. And we gonna look at the young people. I tell you, that's why I sit there and look at people like, oh, say, where y'all getting this from? It has always been here with us. So now, when the deal comes down to, when are we going to stop? So it's not a young person thing. It's all of us. Look at what happened. Janet Jackson influenced some of us. Look at even Bobby Brown influenced some of us on how to cut our hair, how about the haircuts that we had. Yeah. So we had all that right there. So when do we finally go and say, no, we got to make sure that our leadership is going to reflect us with regards to empowering us fully? Because entertainment, sports, we don't know that's basically a distraction. So when are we going to do that? So again, like I tell people, don't throw it on young people. And what you go and do then, you make young people feel almost inadequate, that they're going to believe that too. Because now, we've not passed on some of the mythology to them. So they think, it's just us. What I'm looking at people, some of the stuff that they're going to do right now, I might say, that came from so-and-so and so-and-so. The disco era, the number of people that were using cocaine.
Yeah.
And, Studio 554 and all that. is that we're looking at this. So when do we really go and start looking at it all together, not trying to put it in one little framework? Like I have asked people to say, where was the most evil area in Savannah? Most people don't even have a clue about that. You know why? Because people stopped talking about it. And it's not anything all spooky. It's about where people had the most agony at in Savannah, Georgia, right there in City Market. And it's not about some guy doggone, oh, it's all spooky. I'm like saying no. And I tell people, I say, because what happened, your grandparents and your great-grandparents stopped talking to you, so that's why y'all don't know it. So then I go and say, so how can I go and blame young people about knowing something when you don't know it and you haven't been told something? I got people 80 years old who go and say, Jamal, the schools here made us stop doing certain things. And I told later, I said, I knew it. It was an 80-year gap here. So again, I will say to all of you out there who looking at this, looking at the Rabble, please stop trying to put the burden on young people and understand that it's all of us. And as long as you let them make it think that it's just the young people, then they got us divided just like that. When in actuality, we've always been together.
Well, you know what? I say this. Who's the #1 rapper in Georgia right now? Lil Baby. The fact that they did not utilize Lil Baby was really crazy to me. I would have had that joker everywhere. Young people resonate with him, and the one thing I respect with him, and Lil Baby, if you're watching, I want you to come help me run my campaign in Savannah. But guess what? He speaks a social justice message. So they ain't all messed up. Everybody is snorting cocaine like James Brown. Lil Baby got his stuff together. And Stacey met with the brother. She should have had this man on the road with her. I don't get it. But Spike, don't nobody know Spike? Spike ain't in the movie in 100 years. We don't know. We know Spike. These kids don't know Spike. She should have had Lil Baby, Lil Dirt. Them two right there would have got her over the line, I think. But again, missed opportunity.
Well, my brother, Rob, I'm let you know, some of my people at Georgia Southern, when they found out, because they said they got mad with me, they know about Spike, and then when they got mad with me, they was like saying, hey, wait a minute. You just posted this, and Spike Lee was in town, and then you didn't let us know. So they got mad. So yes, I'm by saying, so no, they do know, folks know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We don't minimize any of it. It's just that now going right back to what are we going to do about it and how are we going to be proactive about it and not create these institutions. And so it's like all aspects, because again, you got young people who are following the line of the old guard. You got young people who are conservative ideologues. You got young people who are liberal ideologues. So they are there. So when we act like these people are floundering, no, it's not. You got to cadre them who are going to create these policies 10 years from now, 20 years, because they're going to continue to maintain the system for themselves and be poor leaders, like with the Democratic Party nationally and also statewide.
Okay. Before we go to this first commercial break, and we're going to leave this subject, I just want to say one thing to the good brother Warnock. Get off the bus. Get your van.
No, don't do that. No.
Get your van. If Lindsey Graham can walk through the airport unimpeded, Lindsey Graham can walk through the airport. So can you walk through the neighborhoods of where you grew up at and where you preach at. So get off the bus and get in the van. Get out and shake some hands. We go into a commercial break, and we'll be right back in a minute. Don't y'all go nowhere. Okay, we back. We back. We back.
Yeah,
Charlie
yeah,
Brown was-
we got some breaking news. Breaking news.
What's the breaking
Breaking
news?
news. Ebony Houston says that she's going to be one of the panelists on the Rabble from now on. She got her ring light, Mr. Julius Hall. Now she said she going to be bringing it. Now she going to be bringing it. She said she got her ring light, all that. She said she about to do that.
Okay, get her a contract, Jamal, if you don't mind.
All right. Okay, I'll give her the contract on tomorrow. Yeah.
Tell her it will be towed up by Bernard if she don't show up 2 weeks in a row.
Bernard is the director of HR, just so y'all know.
Hey, but listen.
Hey.
We just want everybody to know we got 30 days to get this right, or our country gonna be a mess, and Donald Trump will be able to sneak back in again. We don't want that. And so if we're gonna do the right thing, we got to get Pastor Warnock in there to do what needs to be doing, what he needs to do. We're critical because there has to be a critique of what you're not doing right so that this wouldn't happen. There's a lot of dumb people voted for Herschel, and ain't nothing we can do about that.
Uninformed.
But anyway,
democracy is on the line for becoming an autocracy. If we, I mean, it can become an autocracy very quickly.
Okay, we got 30 minutes, about 28 minutes, and we got 2 more subjects, I think, to get through, almost 3. So let's get through them in 10 minutes each. Y'all gonna be as long-winded as I am, and Jamal will probably have to cut the history for a few minutes.
I'm not going to be on for your last subject. I'm not going to be on for your last subject. Ebony and I are going.
Oh, you read the agenda.
Yeah, Ebony and I will not be on.
Oh, you gonna be on that one? Especially on point B. I ain't gonna talk to you.
This one ought to be quick. Donald Trump and the Trump effect. Donald Trump said it was going to be a red wave. All the Republicans wave. Now they did take over the House. But I doubt if they'll get the Senate. But Donald Trump thought that he was going to have a red wave during the midterms. And usually the president in office lose a lot of seats. That way he loses power. This hasn't happened in a long time where they didn't lose a whole bunch of seats. So anybody got anything to say about Trump? Is Trump finished by them not having what was it that helped them, the Democrats, to really stay in there where they won't have to make up 50 seats next time?
Yeah, I think Republicans are separating themselves from this group. I think they're fed up with this MAGA, at least the middle of the road Republicans.
Yeah. I think with the women, a lot of women, there's more women voted than ever because of the abortion. I think that has a lot to do with it. I think Donald Trump need to go. I call him Gutless Trump need to go and hide and take the rest of his people with him. At the end of the day, if he should have been in jail right now. I'm being strictly honest with him. If that was Obama, he would be in jail right now. All the things that this man done did. Period. I'm just keeping it real. And he's on a wing and a prayer. And if he keep where he at, then the Republican at the end of the day, they be going downhill at the end of the day, man. That's a hateful guy, man. That's a hateful guy. Period. And who don't like what I said? It's my opinion. It's not ATR opinion or our black media opinion. It's Bernard Brown opinion.
Okay. Anybody else on Trump?
I believe that I think that Trump is he's phasing out. I think this him and this DeSantis battle is going to bring out a lot of stuff that doesn't come out. I mean, they don't want to come out. You know, it's going to have to. You know, I think they were fueling this fire coming up, and he wants the battle because he's already tugging at at DeSantis, already playing with him, already, and everybody's already liking DeSantis. So I think that's going to play a big thing in phasing Donald Trump out. I think he's gone.
Okay, next.
Ebony, what's your thoughts?
On Donald Trump, no comment.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, well, Trump versus DeSantis, I think what they want to do is put on the show so everybody can be focused on them and not even worry about who the Democratic nominee is. Biden, I think he should probably take a break, and they need to try to put somebody in there that the whole country can get behind, because DeSantis, like Rebecca said, DeSantis will be worse. He is absolutely an idiot. Florida, we are not. I think we got Florida coming up. Florida is a red state. It is not a battleground state anymore, where it used to be one way this year and one way the next election. Florida is all red. Don't even go down there. The only way you need to go to Florida is if you're going to Disneyland or going to get on a damn Carnival cruise ship.
Miami, yeah.
South Beach. South Beach.
Oh, South Beach. Or me,
Yeah, it is.
Don't move there.
I'm telling you, it's a lovely time. It's a lovely time.
Don't move there because
moving on next subject.
Next subject is T-Splosh. T-Splosh failed. Ooh, I know y'all want to have
failed in black neighborhoods.
No, it failed because this county commission don't have no vision and no strategy, and I ain't gonna give you no free money. Tell me what you gonna do. It was empty. It was. We don't have the best setup right now. I'll say that.
Okay. T-Splosh is the what does T-Splosh stand for?
It's for transportation. It helps
Special
with the roads.
purpose.
Yeah, sales tax, the roads, infrastructure, things of that nature.
Right.
I sound like a politician, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the initial.
Oh.
Yeah, but we know what it's for. We know what it's for. We talking about
that was for the viewers who didn't know.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Tiffany, for educating us. Tiffany is a commissioner-elect from Athens County, from Clark County, right?
Athens, Clark County.
By way of Baxter Street.
That's right. Baxter Street in the house.
Oh Lord.
Ebony hangs out. Ebony hangs out on Baxter Street too, and up in Athens. She hang out at Baxter Street. She from Beach High School, so she said Baxter Street remind her of beach.
You know what?
Oh,
Don't do that, but slander.
T-Splosh failed, and do we have? They spent a lot of money. They had billboards. They had commercials, TV and radio commercials. They had electronic billboards and the steel billboards. They had the big signs everywhere, all over the county. They probably spent $100 on the stuff that they did, and they failed by 1,400 votes or so, I think. If the last total I heard last night before I went to bed was they were down 1,400 votes or 1% left to report, or 1,300 votes, something like that. But 1,300 votes. They called me. Now I'm being, it's open transparency. I run a business. This is a business. They called me, like they called me for T-Splosh. I mean for E-Splosh. I work E-Splosh. We won on E-Splosh. They called me for T-Splosh because they say I did a great job on E-Splosh. But they never called me back after I gave them my price, because I know if they're going to pay WTOC and all the rest of the stations, JCL and SAV and WEAS, and they're going to pay Dave Simon and all the rest of them, they got to pay me too.
That's right.
So I gave them a price. I ain't never heard back from them. So that tells you that, and all they lost by was 1,300 votes. I put on a show because I don't like to lose.
Yeah,
so, I don't think they would have lost if they had came to me. So guess what? I didn't put anything positive out for T-Splosh because nobody called me, even my cousin. the one y'all talking about right there.
I ain't
Who
seen
didn't
that
have a
much
vision.
bus.
They didn't call me, but they spent plenty of money. But see, they always do that. They go spend money other places because they all scary Negroes.
Ooh.
You know,
Ooh.
they go spend money everywhere except in your own community because you don't believe in giving back. You know, but anyway, that's why you never saw anything positive about T-Splosh on this network. You could have had an ad just like the ad we just played a minute ago, but you had to pay for it. We ain't getting you nothing free. You ain't getting nothing free at WJCL. You ain't getting nothing free at WSAV or WTOC. And you ain't, those billboards cost $1,000 a week.
They sure do, don't they care? We got one.
What you say, Jamal?
Ebony said that she is offended when you talk about the Chamber of Chatham County Commission. She's offended by that because she understands that he's helped guide her life and my life, and she said that she's offended by that. And also, Ebony also said, so you aided and abetted with regards to the basically, again, regressive sales tax that people now have to deal with regarding the e-splosh. So you now also aided poor people now having more money out their pocket. That's what Ebony said. She's an astute scholar of mine. So yeah, thank you, Ebony.
Two therapists and microphone, seek therapy. Next subject.
Yeah, tell her I aided and abetted in e-splosh. E-splosh, this is a business we running. And if e-splosh opponents would have came or e-splosh would have came themselves, even if T-Splosh and then T-Splosh opponents would have came, we gonna air it if they're paying. Advertising doesn't have anything but a color of money.
Oh, great!
It's
so she did, Ebony just said, so you sell us out for a few coins.
No, I'm not selling out. No,
that's what Ebony said. It wasn't me. Ebony said that. Okay. Ebony said that.
Okay, tell Ebony a sellout goes one way. Woo! You can come and advertise on here. I don't care who you are. Okay? Except this next election, the next 30 days, advertising cut. Herschel Walker can't come. Anyway, but
now he's dropping man now. I don't know.
You should bring him on the Rabble.
Yeah, we'll tell him a lie.
Yeah.
Invite them to the Rabble, and hey,
if Warnock don't want to come, we're gonna invite Herschel Walker.
Exactly. And if they come in, hey.
Yeah, I can't be mad. You know, if you saying that I'm not good enough to talk to you, and Herschel Walker say I am good enough to talk to him, I can't look at nothing. Both of y'all black.
Exactly.
Well, hold on.
It's not saying that you endorsing them. It's not saying that you endorsing them. It's saying that it's giving us a chance to ask, what are you going to do for us?
Right.
It's giving him a chance to tell us what he buy our vote. You know what I'm saying? We do a check the block. And as it goes, guess what? Oh, you missed out there, you missed out there. You can't make up for that next time. You know, no, you had one job.
Ebony just said she's so ashamed of you, Mr. Brown. She said she can't believe Ayana's father talking like that. And she said, Julius Hall, she expected better of you. That's what Ebony just said. She said, I'm ashamed of Mr. Brown. And Julius Hall, she said, Mr. Julius, I never thought he'd be like that.
What did I do?
Well, she got a lot to say.
Tell Ebony, we know she didn't say it. We know you were saying it. and tell Ebony, we know that she fit to go because you fit to go because you.
You stand right there. Are you fired?
You don't want to hear this. So
we about to get it in.
You could be like Tiffany. Where you going, Tiffany?
You're fired.
Tell Jamal he could be like you.
I ain't fired. I just got my picture up on the commercial thing too. The advertisement. I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, get your free advertisement.
Tiffany, tell Jamal how you advocated for Stacey a minute ago. He could advocate for his brother right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm knock on some doors. And this brother. We need you to knock on some doors and say this is Jamal Trey.
Local elections coming. I'm not going to talk about it now. Jamal, I'm not talking about it. Local elections coming. City of Savannah, Port Wentworth, Bloomingdale, Pooler, Garden City, all these municipalities around here voting. The elections are coming up in a couple of weeks, so y'all get ready. City up first. Anybody want to talk about it?
Hey. You know who y'all need to do? Y'all need to sit down with this young lady, and this young lady got power. This young lady's voice is all over. This young lady know a lot of people, and that's Vanessa Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Savannah need to trust me. Get with this young lady, and I guarantee you, Savannah will be heading in the right direction. I met this young lady 3 years ago. Fantastic, and I mean, when I say no people.
And very caring.
And very caring. Got a heart of soul, man. So at the end of the day, y'all going around here voting for Van and all these so-called leaders that ain't gonna do nothing for y'all. Nothing. If a man can put out a homeless person off the street and they already homeless, really? Man, please.
Look a scene.
No, look a scene.
He look a scene. He want to be Cassine, but you ain't even that big, so you look Cassine.
Yeah.
That bothered me. That really did bother me. I just don't understand that. And I understand that people over in the Eastern Wharf didn't want that little homeless camp. But all of us one step away from it, one check away from it. And to think that you could have at least had a plan, but you don't have a plan because it ain't COVID, so you ain't got nothing to do with it. But I'm not gonna keep going with it because I could dig you another hole. But that bothers me. You to treat the least of those like that. But don't worry about it. 68 on the way.
68.
Going with it.
Okay.
That bothered me. I don't like stuff like
Any
that.
other cities that y'all want to talk about? Because
how about Athens? What's up in Athens?
Well, we're just really waiting to be sworn in at this point. So I go to orientation every Thursday, training, whatever orientation or meeting I can get in, I'm sitting in there.
Yeah. Let's talk about Atlanta, Georgia, fake Hollywood. Let's talk about Atlanta, Georgia.
Let's talk about Kyrie Irving. I thought that was a topic. I was ready for that.
We are on the local election.
Okay. I missed that announcement.
Okay.
I was ready for Kyrie.
You come on the sports show.
Come on the sports show.
Come on.
No, because y'all taught me that. I don't do. No, thank you. Thank you, though.
All right.
All right. What's next? It's open discussion, y'all.
All right. So he's running. I'm running. The y'all ask. I'm running. You see it in the thing. I'm not gonna be modern. I'm back. But we ain't doing it statewide this time. We're doing it local.
All right, Jamal. You got a conflict here. Jamal, who you like? Your cousin Estella or Archie?
Don't do my brother like that. Don't do my brother like that.
Ebony is also related to Estella. Also, she's related to Alderwoman Shabazz, and she's also related to a former commissioner, Yusuf Shabazz. So Ebony also has a conflict with regards to this matter. So Ebony is understanding that she and I must be silent with regards to all this right here. That's why we just sitting here listening to you all.
Hey, but
yeah, I put him on notice.
In the Pooler, ain't it? In the Pooler. We about to start it up. Somebody, but I can go to tonight.
Okay. Well, do you like? Let me tell you something. Bernard, I might need you to come down here because I was at the Warnock event the other night, Sunday night, over at the church in on the east side off of 38th, and I'm walking by, and Jamal's cousin-in-law gritting on me.
What the hell that mean?
Gritting on me like this here.
So she mean mugging you.
Bad. He gritting on me at the thing the other night. You know, I might need some protection myself. You know, I need protection. I need some too.
Yeah, I'll be down there. I'll be down there. Yeah, I'll be down there.
He was gritting on me. Get your cousin, Jamal.
You didn't call and what Jesus did. And what
Ebony,
Jesus did.
Ebony, what did you say, Ebony? Ebony, what did you say? You said we have no proof then.
Move.
Oh, Ebony just said We have no proof of that, Julius Hall. You're just trying to start. Ebony, what you say? You said it's called slander? Slander?
I said you slander.
I believe you, Drew. I believe you.
I could pull the cameras. They
No,
seen
bring the receipts. Do I need to bring the receipts?
the man grit on me. I was trying to speak and he looking at me like, hey, see, RG, see, I can't even go there and get no fish no more.
You can still go get fish.
I ain't gonna lie, the restaurant good.
Not with somebody gritting on me like
good.
that. You think I'm gonna go order some fish? Crazy as hell.
Ebony said she and Yusuf both are alums of Beach High School. So
yeah, that's right.
But
But to that point, because I've heard stories, why you gotta intimidate people? If you was doing your work, if you was out here advocating, you wouldn't have to intimidate nobody. You wouldn't have to do all that. And by the way, that ain't your seat. That's the seat of the people of the 5th District. And that's where you lost the confidence of all the neighborhood leaders. So I ain't gonna go no further, but we can debate it all night. We can invite that individual on. Come on, let's talk about it. But when you don't do your work, you gotta be a bully. But you met your match now.
All right now.
yeah.
All right now.
I ain't trying to throw them, it is what it is.
We might have to come and protect Robert.
No, it ain't. Baby, let me be very clear.
We got you.
We got some things around this location.
All right.
Ebony said our people do not function like that. We don't function like that. We're civilized. We don't function like that.
Don't let those smiles
Ebony.
fool you. Don't let those
Thank
smiles
you,
fool you.
Ebony.
Trust me.
Well, anyway, the brother gritted on me, and I don't know what the deal is. Who has to go, Bernard? Well, Robert, you answer this question. Who has to go in the city elections next year?
Well, I'll answer it this way. The only 3 that I really think that really care, and I'm being serious, I play a lot, but who really, really and truly care and understand the behind the scenes and the changes that need to happen, Alicia, Keisha, and Bernetta. And, they really and truly have seen the behind the curtain stuff and know and advocate from a place of goodness. And I'm going to run my own campaign, but I really have seen everybody work. And those 3 really, really, really care about what they're doing. That's what I can say. The other ones, y'all need to go home.
Well, he ain't going to call no names. Anybody want to call them names?
The ones I did call, they need to go home because they out here, they're basically aiding and abetting poverty and the people that create it.
Can I ask Jamar a question? Jamar, does Linda need to go?
Yes.
Does Dietrich need to go?
Yes.
Does Purdy needs to go?
Yes.
Does Estella need to go?
What? Oh, you ain't gonna talk now?
Does Van need to go?
I think he's frozen. He's frozen.
Yes.
He's frozen. He's
Yes.
frozen.
I said,
Don't
if he
freak.
stayed here, I was gonna ask him those questions. He stayed here.
He got frozen.
So I got all those questions.
Ebony, you see how they are? Ebony, you see how they are? See how they are? See,
Listen,
I was actually waiting on you to say Palumbo, but you ain't say that. So that's why Ebony and I was just waiting. But since you went out of order, that's why we can't respond. Ebony and I can't respond.
Oh, okay. Sir Deeply, my brother Frazier. The only reason I can't put this up is because watch when I put your comment up, what it does. It covers the half of the screen. The comments are made to be short comments so that we can get those comments in. But you can put those there so that the viewers can see it. But I can't put it up on the screen like that because it covers the whole screen because it's real long. But anyway, we got a few minutes left, like 4 or 5. And we want, before Shantae come up, Shantae got a Unjust tonight. She got a new co-host. There's 3 of them on there now. There's going to be some real exciting stuff coming in January. Carrie got a show coming up in January called Hip Hop Meets Politics.
That's it.
Hip Hop Meets Politics. It'll be up in by November, before Thanksgiving. I think you working on it. Yeah. Okay. So it's a lot of stuff coming. Brother Uncle Sean down at the bottom. He's talking to me about a new show that he wants to do. So we got some stuff coming. We got Cordelia Curry, one of the scholars out of Georgia Southern. He's gonna be the anchor for our new news show. It'll be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's a news show just like CBS Evening News. He's gonna be doing a show here. So y'all just stand by. We got some exciting things. Our real estate show starts in a couple of months. Our food show starts in a couple of months. We got some exciting, great things happening. Our business show will be back. We got chats with brats that'll be starting up. It's a lot of stuff that we'll be doing. Our vulnerable communities will be starting back up. We got 20-some shows. We'll have 34 or something like that when we all finish. Anybody else got anything?
Ebony, what do you have to say, Ebony? Go ahead, Ebony. You can say something. Go ahead.
I'm good. You done lied to me enough today.
Jesus, I know you ain't been lying today.
I am stunned. I am stunned.
Got you.
Oh, God. You just stabbed me out my back.
Set you free.
Oh,
Ebony, I set you free tonight, Jesus.
Yes. Jamal, somebody called me and said that they were liking your little known Black history facts, and that while we stopped it, we had a whole lot of stuff that we were doing. And Jamal got busy with all his speaking engagements and everything. But little known Black history facts is coming back. It's just paused for a second. From the hood to the pulpit, we'll be back also. We're sorry that one of our hosts died. Our co-host died. Brother John Cox, Pastor John Cox, had an unfortunate death with diabetes. But we're going to get that straight with Jamal, myself, Pastor Smalls, and what's that brother name that I met the bishop at your house the other night, Robert? I need to talk with him.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah. And Shantae knows Trap Slaughter, Pastor Trap Slaughter in Atlanta. Shantae, we need to get him in. Shantae, join the show and talk about Trap Slaughter.
No, we got time for Shantae. Get ready for a show in 2 minutes. We finna get tonight. We finna get on. She can talk about it tonight. We'll talk to her. But anyway, anybody got any last words before we go?
Love each other, encourage each other, inspire each other.
Is that for
Did you hear that, Ebony? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Now, why you couldn't let a good
Did you hear that?
all the time? That's the $10. Oh, by the way, Charlie owes the campaign $300 now. So that's free service. Charlie Brown, thank you. Charlie Brown and Issa Jesus endorsed me for the 5th district. I appreciate it.
Me too. I was in my check.
That's free
endorsement. What you got coming up for America After Dark? What you got coming up for America After Dark this week?
A lot of cussing.
Oh, a lot of cussing.
Hey,
America
a lot of cussing. Hey, if we got a guest, we got a guest coming on. I just have to give him a call.
Okay,
but it's so crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all stay tuned tomorrow. Y'all will see all these shows again. We repeat the shows along with the shows we got coming up tomorrow. Mona Lisa Monroe in the morning at 10. You got Pastor Smalls at 8 o'clock. You got two therapists in the microphone at 7:30. You got Ebony Sports Reporters at 8. And I think you guys express opinions if I get their recording tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned. We got a whole lineup. We got some great things happening. You can find us on Roku TV. If you don't find us on Facebook under Our Black Media, if you don't have us on YouTube, Facebook, you can find us all on Instagram. We everywhere. Chris, our young executive director, Christopher Smith, to Benji. He has us doing everything. And we're on Roku TV. Don't forget, you can get us anywhere. We're moving up. Y'all just stay with us. We need your support. Just keep watching, keep sharing, send donations, whatever you have to do. We will do what we have to do to bring the information to you. We're not trying to be biased. We just black. So y'all can take it from there. And
How you
Karen,
gonna get
like,
from CJ? Really?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
too, then, CJ. You black too, girl. Welcome to the family. Skin folk.
But Tiffany was on tonight, isn't it?
I
She
was.
ready to fight, baby. She ready to fight.
Y'all better not talk about Stacey. Y'all better not talk about Stacey no more.
All right, I gotta go eat.
All right, we about to be out
Y'all
of here.
tune into.
Y'all take it easy. Stay nappy.
Hold on,
You too,
Robert.
Miss Brown.
Hold
You
on,
be good.
Robert, hold on.
I ain't doing
Y'all
that.
tune in to Unjust. Tune in to Unjust, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. And tune in right now to Unjust, and we'll see y'all tomorrow on everything else. Robert, you can take us out now.
Holla, y'all.
like that.